Despite the cloudy nature of the weather today, it is spring in Michigan, which means we're back. It's time for another road trip, and we are starting off the 2025 road trip season strong with America's daily driver sports car, the 2025 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. Now, this is the base Corvette. It's not a Z06 or an E-Ray, but it does still have the LT2 naturally aspirated V8. This one has the sport exhaust, so it makes 495 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. It has an 8-speed DCT. It's rear-wheel drive. It starts at 70 grand. This one's about 90, but we don't really care about any of that because we want to see what it's like to spend an entire day in this Corvette. And this is actually one that I've been wanting to do because you always hear that Corvettes are great day trip cars, and that is essentially what we're doing today. It's going to be 175 miles one way, so it'll be what, 350? I know math. 350 miles round trip. We're doing what essentially every Michigander or Midwestern person does this time of year. We're going up north.
We are.
So we're going to go to this little town that I grew up going to. My uncle had a cottage there as a kid. It's a little city called Taos. Now, we're in Ypsilanti right now, so it's about a 3-hour drive, a little bit less, 2 hours and 45 minutes up, and then, of course, it'll be the same distance back. So about wow, I'm really struggling with the numbers today. A little over 5 hours here, actually probably more because we'll do some stops and stuff. So we'll spend like 6 hours in this Corvette. But what I want to show is how practical this actually is. And we'll start by kind of poking around this thing. We'll show you the frunk, the trunk, all that stuff. But really quick, let's just talk about this spec in front of us. So this is a 3LT. It's finished in torch red. I love red on a Corvette.
So beautiful.
It's so good. Also, if all of you haven't noticed, Barb is in uniform today, as you can see. fitting the character really well. Also, be careful you don't step on goose poop. And there's also a nesting goose over there.
Yes.
Anyway, what was I talking about? The spec. So 3LT, the 3LT starts at 80,000, so you have 10,000 worth of add-ons right off the bat. This one has a few key options. The sport exhaust, which I already mentioned. It has the front end lift, which is very important. And then also a good road trip option we have on this is the magnetic ride control. So this has adaptive dampers that can adjust every 10 milliseconds based on the road surface. So this should be quite cozy for myself and Barb, who's going to be probably sleeping in the passenger seat. But every 3LT comes with the GT2 bucket seats. So this will be a proper test today of if you can actually sit in these long term. The good news is both of them have lumbar adjust. I've only spent about 24 hours with this Corvette. I've been traveling all week. I was in Tybee Island with Mini Cooper, driving the new JCW. You guys will have seen that video last week or a couple of weeks ago, based on whenever this Corvette road trip goes up. But this will be somewhat of a first impressions / road trip type thing. So let's poke around this. We'll start in the trunk because kind of like a Porsche Cayman, it has 2 boots. So we'll start with the back one. We can use the key fob here to pop that open. Now, obviously there's a V8 motor here in the middle, but behind it, there's room for what will go in here?
The roof.
Correct. That is actually the correct answer. What else will go in here?
Golf carts.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they will a lot.
They will.
But also, if you're okay going on a trip and being committed to leaving the roof on, this is a massive amount of room back here. I mean, seriously, a lot. But we challenged ourselves today, especially since it's just a day trip, to fit everything in the frunk. So that way, if we get up north and maybe some of these clouds clear away, we can stick the roof in the trunk. And it has these little clips right here that you can put the roof in so it secures it and it doesn't move around. Now, you could put some things underneath the roof. It doesn't take up this entire space, but it does take up most of it. But I do like the amount of room that they've included back here in this Corvette. Of course, C8 generation, if you're somehow not familiar, I mean, this is like the 5th or 6th model year of this thing now. Not much has changed for 2025. 3LT gets like a leather stitched airbag cover now, but otherwise, it's pretty much the same C8 that we have known and some have loved for the last 5 or so years. Everything is power release. It's all soft close. All seems to work really well. In the front, we have 2 backpacks. You can see It's a pretty deep space, and this is probably about your maximum for fitting things in here. You could maybe fit one more backpack on top there, but I've got all my camera stuff, a few more things in the other backpack, and it does just fine here for an day trip. Oh, also, we went shopping in this yesterday to Whole Foods. How many bags did we fit? 5 Whole Foods bags. Yeah. 5 big paper bags here in the front, and then will just kind of suck itself shut. So all works out pretty well, and honestly seems like it should be a pretty good formula for a road trip, which seems kind of funny in a car like this, but the Corvette has always kind of been a grand tourer. This one's a bit of an extreme example now that the C8 is mid-engined. It looks a lot more expensive than it actually is, especially in red today, but I think the soul of the Corvette is still here. I think this will still be quite a nice road trip car, but we shall see. We shan't jump to conclusions.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And also, furthermore, to help us, we have an all-season tire today, a Michelin Sport All-Season 4 ZP. This is a 245 35R19 on the front, and on the back, it is a, I love when these are upside down, 305 30R20 ZR20. So quite a large tire on the back. Still got plenty of tread on these, and of course, since they're an all-season, they should be quiet and softer and nice for going some distance. So, okay, shall we jump in? Let me get the door for you, dear. Urgh.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Careful now, don't hit your head.
Whoa.
We also have black exhaust tips on this. That's an optional extra. And of course, we'll put the spec down in the description for you guys so you can see what all we have going on here. Just adjusted into this. Pretty aggressive, honestly. Let's start this up, which maybe I'll do from the back with the remote start, actually. 1 second. Is my butt crack out?
No.
Okay. I'm going to start this from the back because this does have remote start. And this Sport exhaust is pretty rowdy. Now, obviously, we drove this over here, so this isn't a full cold start, but it should still make a pretty decent noise here. Oh, yes, that is proper Corvette stuff. It makes all the right noises. Gotta have that Sport exhaust. I think it's only like a $1,200 option, so you might as well just go for it, honestly. It doesn't like that the door is open. There we go. Inside, still normal C8 Corvette stuff. We have the same little infotainment screen. Let me turn the yacht rock down. That was going. This is a Google-based system, so we have Google Maps on here. All works pretty well. Massive row of buttons that I feel like I saw recently a sneak peek of either 2026 or 2027. They're getting rid of this.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be like down below the screen and stuff. Which we'll have to see if you start feeling claustrophobic over there.
Because I'm already feeling claustrophobic.
Because this is really tall.
It is.
So, you know, sitting in there long distance, we'll see how that works out for you.
This little cabin over here.
Not a ton of places to put things. However, there are a few. We have this little console right here, which I have my earmuffs in if we do any top-down driving. Wireless charger behind the console. And then we've actually managed to squeeze a couple of things behind the seat. So I'm actually sitting on top of a Yeti. There's a little Yeti cooler behind my seat, and then my hat that I'll be wearing when I don't have the camera on is behind Emily's seat there. And then she's got a pillow down there in the passenger footwell.
And my bag of yarn.
And your bag of yarn for when you do some crocheting.
If I don't sleep.
If you don't sleep the whole time. So we've filled the Corvette to the max today, including the roof, of course, if we put that in the trunk. Camera mirror, which I think flickers on camera, so we're going to leave that off. And I can actually, since this isn't the convertible variant, I can actually see out of the back just fine with this not in its camera mode. Number of different drive modes. We're going to do most of this trip in my mode and then probably some in tour as well. My mode is just essentially tour mode with the exhaust in its loudest possible setting, obviously. But 3LT gets you a lot of nice trimmings in here, fully leather-wrapped dash, leather-wrapped airbag cover, as I told you earlier. We have the Bose Performance Series sound system, which you know we'll be testing later. And then this has the optional Alcantara-wrapped steering wheel, which I love. And being that it's a C8, of course, it is still a square, but I think it feels pretty nice in the hands. And the overall design of it is kind of growing on me as well. I have always liked these cars. I've driven a ton of them. And over the last like 24 hours I've driven this car, it has reminded me how fast just the base C8 still is, because I drove an E-Ray last year and that was like nauseating, but this is a pretty good power level. So, all right, well, enough chit chat. Let's get on the road and start the road trip. Really nice reversing camera. Turn our parking brake off. Parking sensors, of course. Into drive, really nice front cameras that show you both corners of your diffuser, and then the front from the top down as well. Really, really helpful for pulling nose in into parking spots.
I don't want to be launched.
Why do you think I'm going to do a launch control?
I'm just making sure that you know that.
I'm not going to do a launch control. This is a road trip video, don't be silly. We should play the noise of the Sport exhaust just slightly. Just slightly. Let you guys listen to this for a sec. Honestly, not too aggressive unless you're like way up top. That's when it gets the loudest. Are you awake?
Still no.
Still no. Not fast enough. Should have gotten the E-Ray to wake you up. Anyway, though, we're going to go up here. We'll put some fuel in the tank, some premium, and we'll reset the trip and we'll see what this thing does. Between the Topher and I, he spent the first half of the week in this car. When I got back, I grabbed it from him. We've done 152 miles so far, and we've only averaged 16.1 mpg. Now, we'll fill this up. We'll reset that, and this has about an 18-gallon tank. It's rated at 25 miles to the gallon on the highway because it has the cylinder deactivation, which some people don't like because the cylinder deactivation has been known to cause problems. Kind of on the reliability spectrum. But should be good for us today as far as fuel economy goes, and we may even be able to sneak up towards 30 miles to the gallon. I have high hopes for this Corvette. Emily did her first ever loaf of sourdough today.
Yep.
And I had that for breakfast. It was quite good. Okay. Shut this off, and we'll go put some fuel. I don't know if there's a button to pop the filler, I think.
Uh-oh, there wasn't.
Yeah, I think you just, yeah. All right, try not to fall asleep while I'm doing this.
Try it.
And it was a bit far forward. That didn't shut. Now it did. It's just a tiny little fuel cap. Look at that. I yearn for the day where I don't have to listen to Maria Menounos while I'm getting fuel. Now, jokes aside, guys, I think this is going to be a good one. Also, I'm excited to go up to Taos. I haven't been there in quite a while. My uncle sold the cottage in like 2017, 2018, something like that. So it's been a minute. And my uncle's a big Corvette guy too, so it's very appropriate. Something that I didn't know is that even if you don't, Corvette brother, even if you don't opt for the Z51 pack, you can still get the extra 5 horsepower by opting for the Sport exhaust. So this is still kind of like a cruiser spec Corvette, and it may honestly be how I would spec mine. Totally cruiser, nice luxury spec, but with the loud exhaust. So Cody at Chevy, you did a good job speccing this one. Also, who doesn't love red? Torch red on a Corvette. 11.2 gallons. How much did that cost me? $49.63 to top up the tank here on the C8. I like the doors on this.
Okay.
Thank you. What were we just driving that you were getting pissed at?
Oh, the Nissan Rogue. No, what was it?
It was a Nissan Rogue.
It was a Nissan Rogue.
Why were the doors so heavy?
They were so heavy at the second.
The second click.
The second click. Getting from click 1 to click 2.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. I love V8s.
V8
Especially when it's basically like in the interior with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a separation so we don't suffocate, but
of course.
No, it's just it all works out really well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's reset trip 1. Reset. There we go. Into drive. I think we need to mute the yacht rock one more time. We should set nav as well. Should use Waze.
Sure.
Tawas, Michigan.
I wish they would update the sound that makes.
I know it's kind of obnoxious. Tawas City. 2 hours and 26 minutes, 171 miles. The front end lift on this car has a memory as well. The car always knows where it's at, of course, based on GPS. So if you have a steep driveway at your house or if there's a speed bump you go to on your way into work, you can set this to memorize the GPS location and it will always lift without you having to hit the button.
Shout out.
All right, let's get this Corvette merged on. Really impressive performance from these all-season tires. My goodness. Wow. That's how you properly merge. And then slow back down to the Honda CR-V going 60. I just realized the time-lapse GoPro is in the frunk. The first time-lapse may have to be a Barb's iPhone handheld.
Yeah.
Time-lapse. Okay. I am hot. I'm gonna... Yep, it's that one. Thank you. Oh yeah, that's good. One more, thank you. All right, let's get this down to a reasonable speed. Now, Corvette doesn't have any sort of self-driving or anything like that. That is an air-cooled Porsche up here in the middle lane. But of course we do have cruise control. I think we have, now you never really know with a Chevy if this button controls the distance for the automatic braking or for the adaptive cruise distance. Thank you. Ooh, that is quite pretty. First impressions as far as sitting on the highway, roof on, no music. It's a little noisy, actually. It's a little noisy, and I wouldn't expect this to be whisper quiet. It's still a Corvette at the end of the day. It's a mid-engine sports car. Well, there is a little bit of noise going on here. Kind of from the tires more so. I would say it's not really wind noise. These tires may just be a little bit used up. I mean, this car's only got 1,600 miles, but maybe it's been on the track a couple of times. You never know with cars in the press fleet.
I will say, though, I'm quite comfortable.
You know, I was about to say...
I adjusted my lumbar and my back feels great.
supportive.
Yes.
Very supportive seats. These are seats that are very scary to look at. Like you look at those and you think, oh, my back's gonna break in half. But they're actually, looks can be deceiving.
Yeah, quite nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna move my lumbar out a little bit. And they have to consider that. And something that I thought was a little strange is that these are the standard seat on the 3LT. So if you get the most luxurious Stingray, you get the most aggressive seats as standard. So, but I mean, they're still pretty comfortable. They still have to know their market here.
Right.
Like, jokes aside, legitimately they have to know their market, and they're gonna do what makes sense. Elbow comfiness seems to be pretty good under first impressions. Decent amount of squish, more so on the driver's door panel. I'm gonna go into tour mode. That might actually quiet things down a bit. That's weather mode. To go into tour. There we go. So tour mode's just gonna be everything in soft, everything in quiet. And we are actually in V4 mode right now, so we are running on 4 cylinders currently. Yeah. Okay, well, as it starts to drizzle here, as it appears, we're going to get settled into this Corvette Stingray, and we will be back with you guys once we have some more highway driving impressions for you. C8 Corvette in and construction zone, testing out the magnetic ride. Oh yeah, look at this, it's telling me there's pedestrians to the left. Anyway though, in some of the stop and go traffic that I couldn't quite get my camera on in time for, the DCT, it's a little bit lurchy, but I feel like you kind of get that with any DCT. But fuel economy was 27.2 before we hit the traffic. It's now 26.8, but I mean, that is still so impressive for something like this. So we'll keep on going, and I'm kind of hungry actually. Should find some food.
Where would you like to stop?
Culver's. I'm gonna use the front end lift here. We're gonna set this as remembrance, so the next person that visits this Culver's, the front of the car will lift for them.
It's really thoughtful of you.
Thank you, I thought so too. To the drive-through, I'm gonna use my front cameras to make sure I don't bump the front on anything. How was your nap?
I need more.
You need more? Yeah, but like comfort-wise.
Oh, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, shockingly.
Feel supported?
You do need a pillow though.
Well, yeah. Pillow sold separately.
Thanks for choosing Culver's. What can I get started fresh for you today?
Can I please do the 4-piece chicken tender basket with fries and a sweet tea?
You said 4-piece?
Yep. And then ranch to dip.
Or anything else I can get fresh for you today?
That'll be it.
Can I get a name for your order?
Chris?
Alright, any salt, ketchup, or cheese sauce in your bag today?
Some ketchup would be great. Thank you.
That'll be $12.50 at the window for you.
Great, thanks.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Midwestern politeness. Ooh, it's quite low. It's going to be a big reach here. Where are we going to put anything?
I don't know. That's
Okay. Spot 1.
corner spot.
Oh, spot 1, corner spot. That's great. Front end's raising up because we're over here again. Put these cameras back on. Get myself tucked in here. Ooh, swinger Challenger. Nice. You can see, look at that. Right up precisely to the curb. Seagulls.
Ambiance.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, there's nowhere for a drink in a door pocket either. Also, this is the tightest wireless charger
It really holds on.
Yeah, it does a pretty good job. Well, I'm gonna shut the car off so we don't just kill our fuel economy. Hello. Don't believe we ordered ice cream. Sorry. So we could have been dishonest and just taken it, but
we're good people.
But we're good people. That's right. Oh, I think maybe this is ours. Give a little help here.
45 for Rick.
That's, yep. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep, have a great rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you.
For Rick.
My name is Rick. Well,
Your name's Rick.
Corvette Rick. That's right.
Is that what your tag says?
Well, I told her Chris at the window.
It does? Rick.
Oh my God, Rick and Barb. Rise.
Alright.
Got quite the setup over there. Can't really see out of this car going backwards. Luckily, obviously, big suite of cameras will get right up to this curb into drive. Sorry. Okay. Front end is lifted. We are good to go. Oh, are you ready to give me a bite?
I am ready to give you a bite.
You are just the best. I hope you know that.
Wow, that sounded crisp.
Thank you. Alrighty, well, we're going to get settled back in here. Fuel economy's diminished a bit, down to 26.5. 85 miles on the trip. We have 88 miles to go, so we're just about halfway there. I'm pretty cozy in this seat still, to be honest. Yeah, I'm doing just fine in this. I've got my lumbar out a bit. The blind spots, they, as I said, kind of when I was backing out of Culver's there, not the best, but the mirrors, very big, and they stick out really far. So they do help. They do their job. Plus we have blind spot monitoring, so there's really no instance where you kind of just have to put your signal on and hope there's nobody there. Seating position's a little high. I feel like I could sit a couple inches lower in here, but otherwise we're doing just fine.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right, sweet. Well, we will talk to you guys shortly. Welcome to Au Gres, Michigan, in the parking lot of a combination Family Dollar and Dollar Tree, where we're going to take the roof off of the Stingray. It looks like the sun is maybe trying to come out. It's 60 degrees, so Emily and I are going to enjoy some roof off driving. And plus, we can show you the ease of removing the top on a C8 Corvette, or at least what I think is quite easy. So actually, the first step is you want to pop the trunk, because you can't do this when your hands are full. There we go. That will raise up. This is ready to receive the top. Then, hello.
Hello.
You jump in. Emily will do her side. There you go. I'll do my side. And then there's a third latch here on the back, which pops out super easily. Now, the top is ready to come off. And I actually don't even need Emily's help here. I can do this by myself. Just like that. Doesn't weigh very much. Obviously, if you want Barb's help, you can ask, but it's pretty simple. Now, this has a specific location in here where it's supposed to sit, and then it clicks in, so that actually locks down. And I wish I would have known that for my Corvette E-Ray video that I filmed last year. Got a lot of angry people in the comments because I didn't lock the top down, but that is what this is meant for. Holds it in place. And you can see, actually, some room for other things in here, even when you have the top locked in. And of course, this is soft close. There we go. All right. What do you think?
Warmer than I thought.
Are you ready? Yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm gonna cruise the coast in a Corvette. Gonna equip the muffs so you guys can hear what we're on about, not just hear a bunch of wind noise. Fuel economy 27.4. We're gonna ruin that here just for a second. Oh. respectful of the town here. Wait until we're out of it and let the bald eagles roar. It's a little blustery.
A little.
But the Topher found a trick here. You can put the passenger window down like 2 inches. It helps a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah. We are cruising the coast.
We are.
What do you think?
California who?
Who needs California? We have northern Michigan. Look at all the boats.
Should we get one?
No. Well, sorry. I'm Corvette Rick. Yes, we should get a boat. Absolutely we should. This is right up now where my family's cottage was. It's like right up here. You'll know we're near it when you see a big orange water tower on the left. I'm gonna equip my heated seat, my heated steering wheel. I'll bump this up a little bit, get some heat going. 55 degrees is warm until you're in motion. Then it's not so warm anymore. Oh, we have a slow. We can go. Always thank the sign holder. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You know what song is in my head?
What?
Ghost on the Shore.
Oh, that's Huron. I have to say the experience is being mildly ruined by the stupid loud all-terrain tires on that Silverado up there. That's all I can hear right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Orange water tower. Right. Yeah, right back there. It's one of those. One of those. Let's do a sound system test with the roof off and see how much power this has. That's pretty impressive.
That was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? Now I'm caught in the middle of life. And I needed to survive. Without you by my side, I can't survive.
I think that's important when you have a car that's either a convertible or has the ability to take the roof off. You have to have a powerful sound system.
That was impressive.
That's really impressive, and that was only like halfway up. We still have a physical volume knob, and then you have these little clickers on the steering wheel, which is what I've been using. Volume knob's in a little bit of an awkward spot. So is the turn signal. There's kind of some awkward ergonomics in here, but overall, I mean, we've been having a great day so far here in the Corvette. So we're only 4 minutes from Tawas City, which you've never been to.
I've never been.
It's so easy to drive. Like, it's just, you don't have to put any thought into it. It's so smooth and reserved. Inputs are nice. Steering is light when you're in parking lots. It's easy to maneuver. All the cameras make everything easy. And steering stays really, really tight and precise when you're at a higher speed. So everything is really dialed in with this Corvette. I mean, they've had plenty of time. They've had since 1953 to kind of perfect the formula. And I think they really, really have here with the C8. And I think this was just about as good as they could have done for the money. I think these used to be 60 grand when they came out in 2020. The base price, they were bragging, it was like $59,995. So they have gone up about $10,000 in the last 5 years, as I suppose everything else has as well. But we are in Tawas. I should pull down in here real quick. Why not? It's looking at itself in the window. You don't belong there.
Rex. Wow, that is just
Next stop, Ben Franklin, the store of junk
Love it.
and hermit crabs.
Should we get one?
No. Here we are. Welcome to downtown East Tawas, Michigan. Welcome to the audience as well as Emily, because she's never been here.
Do you think the city of East Tawas has ever seen a man driving a Corvette with a camera on his head?
No, I thought you were going to say, has it ever seen a Corvette? And I was going to say, yes, many, but camera on face Corvette, definitely not. There it is. The promised land. Ben Franklin. I think there's a parking lot over here.
My love.
Is
They
it shut?
closed at 2 p.m.
No.
Yeah,
It's shut?
They were open 10 to 2.
That is... Well, on that terrible disappointment, we'll go get some fudge instead.
I guess.
Wow, that's actually really sad. Well, we should have gotten up here faster.
I'm so sorry. It says they close at 3 p.m.
Oh, 3?
Yeah.
They looked closed. They
It
looked
looks quite
they looked
close.
very close. I guess we'll go and see. Parking brake on. Engine off. MPG tech 27.5.
Excellent.
Are you impressed or are you impressed? You just pull on the roof, pops it out. Get your arms right. There you go. Try and get it lined up here. Oh, hold on. We need to go to the right slightly. There you go. Please! I want to go to Ben Franklin. Seed into the hole. Go into the hole. I'm begging of you to go into the hole. There we go. And breathe. And then you put that side. Much easier to take the top off than it is to put it back on.
This is correct.
Would you agree with that statement? Moment of truth. There we go. Oh, thank you. It's a Corvette. What kind of C6 do you have?
Roadster.
A Roadster. Okay, cool.
And, yeah, 3 pedals.
3 pedals. That's the way to do it. Well, that's going to conclude our time here in Tawas. I just spent a couple of minutes talking to my new best friend, who's also called Rick, as I suppose is the name that I've adopted on this trip. But fellow Corvette enjoyer.
Yes.
A lot of those here in Tawas. So, all right, well, let's start this thing up. Let's get out of town. We just patronized multiple places.
We did.
We just spent like $200 here,
I'll show
so
you my favorite thing.
made our trip worthwhile. Chocolate dipped Fritos.
Chocolate dipped Fritos from the
Yep.
Village Chocolatier.
2 hours and 37 minutes, 178 miles. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
For some dinner.
What do you think of Taos?
It's a cute little town. It really is.
Worth a little day trip?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're a little early in the season. It's only 50 degrees, but it's honestly kind of nice because there's like nobody here.
Yeah, it's quite empty.
Able to kind of just enjoy it to ourselves today and buy a matcha. All is well in our world. 27.2 mpg, going strong, and we'll see how that goes on the way back. But I don't know. There's like this sense of peace up here in Taos. You know, getting a lot of nostalgia. If you're from Michigan or anywhere in the Midwest, you'll know, like, your up north spot. Like, everyone has their up north spot, and this was always mine. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna continue my reminiscent exit of Taos now, and we'll set the time lapse back up, and we'll probably just kind of come back on here one more time, give you some final thoughts on the Corvette, and that'll be it. You have anything else you want to say at this very moment?
I do not.
You don't. All right. Well,
Soaking it in.
soaking it in. Yeah. We need to set the mood with some yacht rock. So
Yes.
shut the cameras off. Okay.
Unfortunately, it's copyrighted.
That's right. Okay. Cue the time lapse.
These are days that are defined. List of
348 miles down in the 2025 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. I'm feeling good from the caffeine and the matcha, and Emily's feeling good from her. How long did you just sleep? An hour and a half?
Yeah.
So the Corvette ranks high on nappability.
You know, it's really nappable. My back does hurt.
You were like sleeping in a super contorted way, though. I don't think it's the car's fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, 348 miles, 27.4 mpg, so 2.4 mpg higher than the highway rating. And this was not a solid highway trip. I mean, we did a little bit of city, we did some spirited sections. So overall, I mean, with an average speed of 65.5, I would say 27.4 is pretty dang impressive for this thing. So really happy with that, and I mean, just happy with this experience overall. I mean, there's really been nothing in this that's disappointed me. I mean, I kind of went in with kind of mixed expectations. Like, I know that the Corvette is set up to be a nice daily driver, but I didn't know that I would be this kind of eager to keep going. I mean, I feel like I could sit in this car for the rest of the day and I would be fine. I'm very well supported by this GT2 seat, even like interior space. Sure, my knees do touch in here. The driver's compartment is limited, but both of the places that my knees are resting are padded and leather wrapped, so that feels nice.
This cockpit doesn't feel too claustrophobic.
Good.
I know we talked about that at the beginning, wondering how this would feel. It's actually kind of cozy. It's
Yeah.
like my own little pod.
It's your own little Delta One seat over there. As far as a day trip car goes, it does all of that well. I mean, we fit everything in the frunk, plus we bought a bunch of stuff, and the trunk is completely empty. It's got the roof back on, so you've got a ton more space. And if you are taking like a proper road trip, going somewhere, and you're okay just leaving the roof on the whole time, then I mean, you really have more than enough space in this car to bring all of your stuff. Even my elbows feel fine. So, I mean, do you have anything negative? The thing is, with a car like this, like, you can only expect it to do so much, and I think this car does absolutely everything it can do. The ride quality with this magnetic ride is fantastic. I mean, it soaks up the bumps so well in tour mode. It's just soft enough. Even like road intrusion, like over the expansion joints and imperfections, is not too bad. It's a little bit loud in here, but you really...
But when you put the music on, it doesn't even matter.
Exactly.
Unless you're riding in complete silence.
Yeah.
It being loud is not really a problem.
Yep. Yeah, and this Bose sound system is one that sounds good at low volume. So you can have a conversation in here, you can have the music playing at a little bit of a lower volume, and it's still a nice quality experience. So, I mean, this thing has done everything we've needed it to do today. It's gotten almost 28 miles to the gallon. And you can have one. And I know we've kind of poked fun at the Corvette community in this video, and hopefully you didn't take offense to that, because it all is just a joke. It's all in good fun. I love Corvettes, and Emily and I actually went to an estate sale last month to a gentleman that really, really loved Corvettes, and we bought a bunch of Corvette stuff, including this jacket that you've seen Emily wearing during this video. So, I mean, I would love to someday own a C5 Z06, which ironically is actually the car that this gentleman owned, was a yellow C5 Z06. But I think the C8 is just a wonderful addition to the Corvette lineup. And I know it's not new, it's been a thing for about 5 years now, but it's still, I mean, it still feels appropriate, even among all of the sports cars that are available in today's market as well. I think that just about sums it up, though. I mean, Corvette, road trip approved.
Road trip approved.
It'll do everything you need it to do.
What a great start to the season.
Yes, the inaugural 2025 Topher Drives Road Trip.
So refreshing.
Yes. Very good. Where else should we go? I want to go like all the way to the UP.
Yeah.
I definitely want to do one of those. I want to go down to Nashville again.
Have your friends comment.
Yes. Where do you guys want to see us go this year? Otherwise, though, I think that's going to wrap it up for us today. I love Corvettes.
Me too.
You can wear that jacket with pride now.
Yes, I can.
So, all right, guys. Well, this has been Rick and Barb in the 25 C8 Stingray. Thank you all so much for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this road trip. We will see you in the next one.
Take care.
Take care. Give this guy plenty of